Hello friends, today's our topic on gait cycle and I Dr. Vinita and my physiotherapy channel Physiotherapy Junoon on YouTube. Welcome you all. Today we learn the gait cycle and about the gait cycle. The human gait depend on a complex interplay of major part of the nervous system, musculoskeletal system and the cardiorespiratory system. The individual gait pattern is influenced by age, second one is your personality, third one is your mood and fourth one is sociocultural factors. The preferred walking speed in older adult is a sensitive marker of general health and the survival. Safe walking requires intact cognition and executive control. Gait disorders lead to a loss of personal freedom. Okay, like fall and the injury and result in a marked reduction in the quality of life. According to these things, what is the definition of gait? How we can describe the gait? Okay, the definition of gait is the manner or what we can say is the style of walking. This is the simplest definition of gait cycle. Next, we proceed towards different phases of the gait cycle and how we can start the gait or how we can define the gait. First, when a person start walking, the first step is the heel strike. Then we proceed to the foot flat, then the mid stance, then the push-ups, then acceleration phase, then the mid swing phase, then the deceleration phase. In this video we will study one by one and the different part of the gait cycle and the determinants of the gait cycle. And after this video you never need any reference or any book. After watching this video will clear all the things about the gait cycle. We can divide the gait cycle into two phases. One which we can say non-weight bearing and second one is the weight bearing or the contact phase. In non-weight bearing is the non-contact or the swing phase. Okay, and no weight on the foot. And in second phase, which is weight bearing phase, which is contact phase, is the weight on the foot. They are two main phases of the gait cycle. Then next we see that one by one, step wise, there is an initial contact. Then we see that opposite toe off, heel rise, opposite initial contact, toe off, feet adjacent and the tibial vertical and the initial contact again. Here we see that initial contact. Here you see that initial contact or we can say heel strike. Okay, then opposite toe off and heel rise and opposite initial contact, toe off, feet adjacent and the tibia vertical. These are the main two phases which are divided in further and these are divided into further cycle, swing phase and the stance phase. In swing phase, what we can observe, one is the terminal swing, mid swing, then the initial swing. Initial swing, mid swing, terminal swing. Here we proceed. Okay. In stance phase, loading response, mid stance, terminal stance, and then the pre-swing phase. You can divide in 1, 2, and 3 phases. Subdivision of the gait cycle: loading response, mid stance, terminal stance, and the pre-swing phase. The swing phase lasts from the toe off to the next initial contact, is subdivided into the initial swing, mid swing, and the terminal swing. Here you can see okay, this is this position, and okay, second position and the third one. Sorry, my drawing is very bad. This definition of stride. Okay, what are the different like terminology used in the gait cycle? Like stride. Stride is what is a whole gait cycle consisting of one step, okay, by each foot breaks down in some pathological gaits in which one foot makes a series of hopping movement will be there. This study is done by the Wall et al. In 1986. So this is the another part of analysis. Okay, we will study in next video, but we have knowledge of what is the stride in the gait cycle is a whole gait cycle. Okay, like one step initial contact to the next initial contact is the gait cycle, full gait cycle. The walking base, also known as the stride width, okay, the mediolateral space between the 2 feet or base of sport is the what we can say the stride width, or side to side distance between the line of the 2 feet, usually measured at the midpoint of the back of the heel but sometime below the center of the ankle. Degree of toe off, we can say this degree of toe off, it represents the angle of foot placement and may be found by measuring the angle formed by each foot line of progression and line intersecting the center of the heel and second toe. The angle for man is about 7 degrees. The degree of toe out decrease as the speed of walking increase in normal man. Here you see that from the heel to the second toe, okay, we measure this angle and it's approximately 7 degree and you are normal walking, but it decrease if you are like fast walking or running. Here is again next picture, you can measure the angle. Okay, this is also the main part of analysis. Here we see some terminology in stance phase and in the swing phase. Initial contact, here you see that the double sport, here you see that the single sport, here you see that the double sport, again the second part. In stance phase, which is approximately 60% of the gait cycle, and the swing phase, which is 40% of the gait cycle, here you see that the initial contact, then the loading response, right leg and left leg both are contacting to the ground, so that we can say this is the double sport. Here also the right and left leg both are contacting to the ground, So this is called the double sport. Here you can see that single sport, because there is no any like center of gravity acting on these left legs or any weight bearing on these two legs. Okay, and here also same double sport second phase. In swing phase you can say single weight bearing. Okay, the toe out, which we know that the toe out is 70 degrees normal, is the angle in a degrees between the direction of progression and reference line on the sole of the foot. Reference line varies from one study to another. It may be defined anatomically, but is commonly the midline of the foot as judged by the eyes. Path of the center of gravity, like how we can assess the path of the center of gravity. It is vary, like in case of vertical displacement, the rhythmic up and down movement, the highest point is the in the mid stance. When you are in the mid stance phase, the highest point of the vertical displacement of the gravity, and the lowest point of gravity is during the double sport phase. Average displacement is 5 centimeter, and the what is the path is the extremely smooth and sinusoidal curve. It make the sinusoidal curve like this. Path of center of gravity, like in the lateral displacement, rhythmic side to side movement, and the lateral limit is what is the mid stance, and the average displacement is both are same 5 centimeter, and path is extremely smooth, same sinusoidal. Then we proceed to the main part, which is very important part, the determinants of the gait. Determinants of the gait are 6 optimization used to minimize exertion of the center of gravity in vertical and horizontal planes, reduce significantly energy consumption of ambulation. Okay, the 6 determinants are like, first is the lateral pelvic tilt, second one is the knee flexion, third one is the knee, ankle and foot interactions, forward and backward rotation of the pelvis, and the physiological valgus of the knee. First determinant of gait is like forward rotation of the pelvis in the horizontal plane approximately 80 on the swing phase side, and reduces the angle of hip flexion and extension, enable a slightly longer step length. Okay, and further lowering of the center of gravity. Here you see that move forward by the pelvic rotation, hip, leg and foot. You see the difference. Okay, pelvic tilt, 5-degree dip of the swinging side, hip adduction. In standing, this is dip is a positive Trendelenburg sign, reduces the height of the apex of the curve of center of gravity. Here swing leg, and this is the stance leg. Here is the double sport position, mid stance position, which is the single sport position, and next is the double sport position. And you see the transition here, center of gravity transitions. Knee flexion in stance phase, approximately 20-degree dip. Okay, shortens the leg in the middle of the stance phase, reduces the height of the effects of the curve of center of gravity. In ankle mechanism, heel contact, lengthen the leg at heel contact, smoothen the curve of center of gravity, and reduces the lowering of center of gravity. Physiological valgus of knee reduces the base of support, so only little lateral motion of pelvis is necessary. Running gait. In running gait, which require a greater balance, muscle strength and range of motion than in the normal walking. Difference between running and walking, like reduces the base of support, absence of the double support, more coordination, strength needed, muscle must generate high energy, bow to reach higher than in the normal walking. Okay, and divided into flight and sport phase. Running versus walking. Running and walking gait are not the same. Walking has a greater stride width and running has a greater step and stride length. You see the differences, like difference in the adult gait and the gait in the children. Gait of a small children differ from that of the adult. The walking base is wider, the stride length and speed are lower, and the cycle time shorter. Small children have no heel strike, initial contact being made by flat foot. This is normal in the children's. Flat foot is normal, but at the age of 5 years. After that, if it is painful, it is not good. There is a very little stance phase and knee flexion. The whole leg is externally rotated during the swing phase. There is an absence of reciprocal arm swinging. In elderly peoples, the age-related change in gait takes place in decade after like 70 years. There is a decreased stride length, increased cycle time, like decrease in the cadence, relative increase in the duration of stance phase of gait cycle. The speed almost always reduced in adult people, and the reduction in the total range of hip flexion and extension, reduction in the swing phase and knee flexion. When we are stair climbing or stair gait, ascending and descending stairs is basic body movement required for ADL, and the stair gait involves stance and swing phases. Here we complete our video on the gait cycle. These are the different phases of the gait cycle. I hope you enjoy this video, and in next video we will see the gait analysis and different degree of flexion at the knee, hip and the ankle joint. We all see in the next video, and thank you so much, and please comment me in the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you.